Hello everybody, welcome back to CaseyBuilds Live. Today we're doing the Nintendo set. And, oh motherboard, you're already there. Yes, this has been such a cool build. It's been just so impressive. If there's anybody out there who missed some of this yesterday, I'm going to give you a little tour of what we have so far. We have the Nintendo. Which looks basically exactly like the old Nintendo. Even has the little hole slots that the Nintendo had, and it's got the buttons on the front, and it has surprisingly realistic looking jacks for where you can add your audio and video connectors. Open up the slot. The cartridge actually goes in and locks into place. It's unbelievable. The controller it's just perfect. With the years and years of muscle memory, like if I closed my eyes, I mean, aside from knowing this was Lego and I could feel it on the back, it's like everything is in the perfect spot. They nailed it. And just as if that all wasn't cool enough, they gave us a little Easter egg over here, which is the world, the end of level 1-2 in Super Mario World. And I looked, and quality control was right. Over here we have the warp pipe for 2, 3, and 4, and I went through and I played the original Super Mario Brothers to remember this. The 2, 3, and 4, if you go into warp pipe to World 4, if you go through the first level, get to the second level, in World 4-2, you can take the vine up to the warp zone, and then that one takes you to levels 6, 7, and 8, which completely skips level 5. And that's why I was confused, because it didn't seem to make sense, but that's what it is. Anyway, it's just such a perfect recreation of all of these things. Oh! Hello there, MD Cordy. Glad you got to enjoy that. Yeah, this set has been absolutely amazing. I've been having so much fun with it. I've been hearing a lot of positive feedback from you guys too. So in the after hours. So we're gonna keep building the TV. Got pretty far with it yesterday. Well, not too far. We made some good progress with it yesterday. We have the crank mechanism out here, which is rotating a peg inside, which will be responsible for pushing the level along. And then there's also the little spot in the back here. Let's see here, what angle. That's the best angle. Kind of like that. And there's another gear back here, which, as we're turning it, it keeps us from going backwards. There's a little stopper there. So that's cool. We just finished the step that we put an antenna on our TV. I hope you review this again in the build. I will. I will show this over and over again. Anyway, there's a lot of complex stuff going on the inside of this thing, and this has been amazing. We have the spot where you would attach an antenna. You've got your video inputs. Over here we have where you plug in your power. It's just perfect. So let's keep building. Flip over to the correct camera. There we are. We are now on tray 13. Oh, well, hello there, Aunt Nancy. Glad you're enjoying it. Keep our Nintendo over here. Alright. TV will just sit back there for a minute. Yeah, this set has absolutely blown me away with how great of a job they did. I spoke with people yesterday after the build was over. Some people were actually avoiding watching the build today because they had gotten, or build yesterday, because they had gotten the set and they didn't want to ruin the surprises, which after seeing some of the surprises in the build yesterday, I think I'm actually happier for them that they skipped yesterday's build, because especially that one spot where it has the hidden Mario level, that just really got me. Anyway, I don't think I could say enough good things about this set. One of the things that I did not know was this TV. So when they were designing all of this stuff, they were trying to make everything as close a replica as possible to all the original stuff. So the Nintendo is a very close shape. Shape, yes. Size, very close. The controller is... I think the controller is almost perfectly the same size. Because like I said, you hold it in your hand and it feels... it just... The muscle memory is perfect on it. So... they did a great job with that. But the TV itself, this is what I did not know. Lego designed it to match the TV that is shown in all of the original booklet for the Nintendo. So the one that the original instructions that come with the set. This TV is designed to look exactly like that one. And apparently the scale is obviously a little bit more off on the TV, but the fact that that's what they were going for makes me like it that much more. I didn't realize that the TV was meant to be a replica of something other than just a generic TV from the time period, but yeah, they matched it from the instructions. So just one more reason to think that this set's super cool. So can't imagine that we're gonna be... This won't be a marathon build like yesterday was. We're already... I mean, we're not even 10 minutes in, and I'm looking at the end of the pieces here for this first tray, so this'll go fast today, I think. Also, I opened up one of the other Nintendo themed sets that Lego just came out with, one of the Mario course sets. And I was mentioning that yesterday, that they were coming out with these new Mario sets where you build physical levels and then you can move Mario through the level. And so I was messing with that a little bit this morning just to see how it worked, and it was also pretty neat. I think it's the sort of thing where if I had that when I was a kid, I could see me playing with that for hours and hours on end. Okay, last sticker here is the warning label on the back of the TV so you don't electrocute yourself. Obviously very important. Oh, not centered. There we go. The sticker's good for the TV. I looked at this sticker prior to starting up today. It's a pretty standard looking one, but the model number of the TV is DM71374, which is in fact the set number. I'm not sure what the AP040177 is. What the significance of that is. I'm sure it has one, I just don't know. But Lego loves to pay attention to those sorts of really tiny little details. Like you know, being clever, putting the serial number for the box as the serial number for the TV, things like that. Whoops. I believe I did that upside down. I did. You know what? The only thing that's different is which way this sticker goes. Instead of taking it all apart, we'll just flip that upside down. Boom. Quick and easy. Alright, this needs to attach back here. Man, I'll be darned if that's not looking like an old school TV. That's perfect. Okay. Alright, well, this is starting to build up what looks like will be the infrastructure for the level. I don't know how to put all these things. Just put that there. Okay. 8. Uh-oh. It's like I'm bowling. So more more fun Nintendo facts. The Nintendo the NES was released in 1985. So and it was it really kicked off the more or less modern video games, the home console market. You know, there's things before like the Atari or the Commodore, things like that, but this was really a purpose-built, dedicated system that was more than just a. The Atari worked. It was kind of clunky, and you really had to use your imagination quite a bit with that. When this Nintendo came out, it was a first of its kind revolutionary leap forward for what a video game could be, and it pretty much it defined the genre. So 1985 was when it all kind of began. I still remember getting ours, and lots of memories from that first console. Various games, mostly the Legend of Zelda games. Special moments with those. Yeah. Actually, Mecha Dragon, one of the things that we like to remember, Mecha Dragon isn't actually not watching this live right now. He was one of the ones that is saving himself for when he builds it on his own. But one of the things that we like to discuss is the joy that you used to feel at Toys R Us, going in to get yourself a video game there, and going to get the oh shoot, we're already done. We are done with that tray. That was quick. Tray 14. Bag 14 is literally just treads, which Lex has already made into one nice long strip for us. So that's wonderful. We need two 30-piece long strips. Let's see if they give us the right number. 1, 2, 3, 5, 10, 15. Okay. Yep. Looks like it. Yeah, so the joy of walking into Toys R Us and pulling one of those, pulling a slip out of, oh, and we're already on step 15. This is silly. Pulling one of the paper slips out of the plastic sleeves over in the video game area, and then taking it to the cage where they go and, oh, I did not pull out the old controller. Good keeping me honest on that. Making the transition from Commodore to NES. Well, I do remember getting it. I don't know if I don't know if I ever felt like I fully transitioned from one to the other, because I used that Commodore quite a bit even after we got the Nintendo. 15. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. I think we have just the right number of pieces on this tray to build all of these things. Yeah, okay. So we can just have story time while I work on these. Yeah, I definitely I have so many old fond memories of my Commodore. But even after I got the Nintendo, I wasn't done with the Commodore. That was what I learned to program on. And you know, a lot of people saw the Commodore 64 as a gaming console because you could get cartridges and you can get discs and load in things. I actually saw it more of as a programming canvas first, which isn't to say I didn't play games on it. I certainly played lots of games on my Commodore. But for me, it was more of a science project than a gaming console. But I do remember getting, when we got the Nintendo, yeah. Oh, wow. Floating the Missouri River. That sounds like a lot of fun. Yeah. Let's make 15 of these, and then we're going to attach them to the treads. This is definitely going to be what powers the scene inside. Maybe if Flex gets to a breaking point where she's not feverishly trying to sort pieces for us here, maybe I could convince her to get in here and look in a couple of my old Lego boxes, see if she could find that controller. I would imagine it would be near the top. So don't need you guys to have to watch while I rummage around, but I'm sure this won't come as a surprise to anyone, but it takes her... She doesn't have a whole lot of downtime when I'm doing these streams. Her piece sorting is time intensive.
It also depends on how they have the bag structured. If it's like a big bag right after a short bag, that's really hard.
Also, the bag ordering makes a big difference. If it's a really short bag followed by a really long bag, obviously I just crank through the short bag, and then she doesn't really have enough time to do the long bag. So the problems of being a first class pea sorter.
Oh, is that already?
Yeah.
Okay.
Aunt Judy, I remember that your neighbors, when you lived on Almond, the Wattses, I know they had a Commodore, and I remember getting to go over and use that a couple of times. All right, we are on. Just need to put all these things here, and almost done making the 15 beams that we're going to need to have. To attach to the treads. You know, somebody had asked me recently, can't remember if it was yesterday or if it was on the build last weekend, of what set I want more than anything else.
That was
Yesterday? And these treads are making me think about it too. I keep looking at the I've been playing Blizzard has been refreshing things in the StarCraft game recently, and I have had a resurgence of interest with that.
You're gonna hate 17.
I'm told that I'm going to hate Bag 17. Great. Anyway, playing a lot of StarCraft, and I've been staring at the siege tanks, which is the set that I mentioned yesterday that I really wish they would make. I've been staring at the siege tanks in the game, and they have, as they are tanks, lots of tank tread. And so looking at these, it's making me think about the set that I wish that they would create. But yesterday, I probably stared at an animation of the siege tank for probably 5 minutes, just staring at the one thing on the screen, thinking about is there a possibility that I could figure out a way to put one of those things together. It would be a monumental undertaking, and like I've never worked on anything like that before, or even thought I could make something like that before, but I don't know. Maybe. That is the end of that. So bags 14 and 15, it seems like they could have just called it one bag. That doesn't necessarily... It seems kind of silly that they've made these two totally separate things. These and these as two whole bags. I'm not buying that. But that's okay. Oh. Alright. We need a little bit more space here. So let's put our TV over here. And how do these treads need to line up? Like that. And it looks like it goes... Well, if it was 30 pieces per side and we made 15 bars, math would dictate... Oh, no, it goes actually this way. That we're going to go every other with these things. So, that makes sense. And here's something fun. I know I mention this every once in a while. that it's kind of exciting when you get to put pieces together, or you use a use one of the connector areas on a piece that you've never used before. I have never, with a tank tread before, used these holes in the individual pieces. Typically, you have a tank tread and you have something that it wraps around, and it's just treads. Actually, putting pieces through into these holes here, this is the first time I've ever seen those holes used for anything. So, exciting first. But let's see here, Aunt Judy, at your house you had, was it an old Apple? You had a print shop application program. I remember making banners and things and printing banners out. Do you remember what kind of computer that was? I do not. Okay, that's neat. And pretty hardy. That's actually got some weight to it already. Let's see what we do with it. Okay. There's an old Apple. Cool. Okay, well, it doesn't say build 15 of these, so we'll just build one, and hopefully it doesn't tell us to go back and build another one, because that's cheating. One, two, three, four. Also, something that you may have never noticed or paid attention to or thought about with Lego. You would see this. You might think, okay, it's a square on the top and it's got a connector on the bottom. The direction of the slot on this, it doesn't make a difference for whether it will connect or not. However, the direction of the slot will make it so that it's easier to clip into something. It's a little easier to squeeze when the slot is in the middle. Squeeze where there's the empty space as opposed to squeezing this way. Makes sense. So one of the things that I just very subtly do when I'm putting together a piece, a set like this, is I align that. You can. MD Cordy has joked before about aligning all of the Lego words that are printed on here. Can't really see it in the lighting. There. Aligning all of those. That's a little too extreme for me. But if you look at the instructions here, I'll blow this up just to prove my point here. You can see in the instructions here, it actually shows the slots going the way they are, as opposed to going down the length of the beam. They're perpendicular to the beam, to the long side of the beam, and sometimes it doesn't make a difference. It might not make a difference with this one, but every once in a while, it lines up better one way or the other to be able to attach to something else. So I always kind of pay attention to that in particular, assuming that they are very subtly telling you the right way to do that to make it just a little bit easier on yourself. Okay, you got to make 4 of these. 1, 2, 3, 4. You know what? We're just going to do one at a time, since it's all here on one page. You know, Aunt Judy, it's funny. One of the Lego sets that I have here, up there, it was a Lego Ideas set. Was a Voltron set, and I'm sure you probably don't remember anything about the old Voltron cartoon. Um, Way back when it predated me just a hair. It would have been more appropriate for Jeremy and Jason. But one of my when I was building this set, it reminded me so perfectly of the Voltron toys that either Jeremy or Jason had, and specifically, I remember grabbing them and sitting in the closet that was between their two rooms. And this set, once you build it, you have 5 individual Voltron cats, and I would have never remembered that stuff at all. But building this, again, the muscle memory, you put them together to make one big robot. And when I was putting it together, it came flooding back into my mind that I was putting it together the exact same way that the old action figures would fold and snap together. It was exactly the same as their old toys. And like I said, I wouldn't have remembered it otherwise, but doing the actions, the memories just rushed back in, and it was pretty wild. Okay. Let's see here. 2 of these. So, lots of nostalgia fun today. Which is nice because it gives us something fun to talk about while we're doing these very repetitive sections here. Oops. So, one thing that I don't yet know, still not quite sure how all of this stuff is going to be accomplished, but if we're looking at this, some of these pieces have little notches on top, whereas others don't. So I'm sure those will correspond to things that Mario's supposed to do. I know that the way this set works, Voltron, yeah, I can't imagine that would be one of the ones you would have remembered. Now, if it was a He-Man or something, you probably would remember that a little bit better. What was I saying right before that? I'm talking about putting these together. Oh, once this thing is built, the way I've seen this work, the level will scroll by. So this will be rotating through, and there will actually be a little Mario on a clear rod that jumps through the level. So we'll just have to wait and see how all of that works. You still have all the He-Man stuff? That's great. Yeah, that's those are probably collector's items. You could probably sell them on eBay for quite a bit. They were definitely played with. I have all of my old micro machines down in my garage. I know Alex has all of the Ninja Turtles. His old Ninja Turtles still in his shed, or in, well, what was Grandpa's workshop. Not sure what you guys call that up on the compound now. Actually, the Voltron set's actually pretty cool too. That might be a fun one to build over the course of a weekend here.
That's a neat one. How much is that one?
Oh, they're all in his garage now? I don't know. I think it's about 2,000. We are almost done with this tray as well. Getting very close. Kind of an interesting way that they're having us build these. So all of the 15 bars, all these middle ones that they had us do are all the same. And then these are all more or less being built this kind of the same way, just a little bit wider. And as you can see, we have the squares with the connectors hanging down, with using these as a spacer in between, and then the top of the connectors fit into the holes that are on the treads, the ones that I already mentioned before, and all of that gives us what will be kind of a big flat canvas here that has the ability to bend and fold and rotate around on itself. So we'll be able to use this as, like I said, a canvas to put a whole bunch of other pieces on top of to draw out the level. And this is the end of this step, or this bag. That's that. Oh, she's moving slow with this next one. Oh, that's gross.
I told you.
Let me move the TV out of the way so you can actually see. Look at that. Look at that. Just look at it. That is... Okay. Well, it looks like we're going to be building this level pixel by pixel. Ew.
I won't move.
So, I don't know if this is going to offend you or not.
I know they're not straight.
No, this is amazing, but when there's literally like 100 of the same thing like that, you don't need to really set them all out like that. If it's a pile, that's okay too. Like that's pretty that's amazing. All right. Oh, is that really all we're doing?
I told you.
This bag is ridiculous. Okay. Well, all right. Okay. Well, I am sorry, everyone. This is going to be we're earning the awesomeness right now because this is going to be a little monotonous. Hello, Taco Cub. It's just such a. I appreciate what she's done. It's just kind of set up a sort cam. Well, we've talked about miking her. Um, I've mentioned a sort cam, and I don't think that's something that she would be as enthusiastic about. Seriously, we're doing this. I mean, it's gonna look like a level from Mario Brothers. Code all the pixels. Yeah, well, but that's the thing. On the computer, you say for each 1 through 100. This is. Whew. This is the kind of tedium that why computers were invented, was to make this not needed anymore. If you get to the point where you're done with that tray, I've got a project for you to work on in here. Looking for something.
See that, like, I'm gonna be able to not limit it. I mean, like I'm going to be able to get it.
Well, like the time spent on this could have been spent on this other project. But I want you to do whatever makes you happy. So I look at this and
You're not gonna like this
I see all work and no play makes Jack a dull boy. Here's Johnny.
Hear me?
Yeah, Lex is telling me I'm not going to like the next one much either, so that's cool. That's okay. As cool as this set's been, they've earned the right. You know, and here's the thing. All of this, like, they're making these things look like a whole bunch of blocks on the screen. I'm sorry. Here's the thing. All of these little individual pixel... I mean, they're not even pixels, they're blocks. They're blocks of 16 by 16 pixels or something. All of these could have been... This could have been one piece, one piece, one piece, one piece. But instead it's 7 pieces and 4 pieces. Like, because they want to have all of these little blocks to make it look like all of the blocks on the level, which... Okay, I can appreciate that that's what they're going for, but all this, it's a little unnecessary.
Hey, at least they did a lot of the stickers for you.
Okay. Lex pointed out that at least this set didn't have a whole bunch of stickers, so... Okay. We're just... It's fine. Done complaining. This is gonna look really cool when it's done.
I bet you're not done.
Sassy Pants over there said, I bet you're not done complaining.
You haven't seen this tray yet.
What's that?
You haven't seen this tray yet.
Apparently I'm not done complaining yet because I haven't seen the next tray. Cool. Alright. Get on there. Go. Go. Go! Got it. You know what? I am simply providing honest feedback for Lego. They should appreciate this sort of honesty. Okay. And honestly, it's mostly because I feel bad. Because I know you guys are sitting there watching me do the exact same thing 1,000 times right now. So it's not a whole lot of excitement when you have to build, what is this, 15, 40, 45, 100 and 135 blocks one by one. I try to maintain a standard of entertainment here on my stream, and this is not the sort of thing that I ever really want to subject you guys to. Hey Taco Cub, if you're out there, I'm curious, did that trivia night thing ever end up happening last night? The one that I bailed out on? Almost done with bag 17. Well, Cordy, I'm glad that you're the kind of person that could enjoy that. Oh, well, Taryn, welcome back from floating. I'm currently in the middle of building a level from Mario Brothers, the original Super Mario Brothers, one block at a time. See, here's the thing too. I feel like yesterday I was on such a high from how awesome this Nintendo set was that I really had my hopes up at that point. It was so amazing that I wrongly assumed that the rest of the build would carry on with that level of energy. You know, I feel like they should have had us build the TV first and save the best for last. Although, come to think of it, I mean, they are completely isolated things, and the set comes with 2 books. I don't think it necessarily tells you to build one before the other.
You did it wrong.
I was building them in the order of how the books were in the package. The Nintendo book was on top of the TV book, And on the website, which was where I downloaded them from, the Nintendo book was listed first, so I assumed it was the first thing I should do. But all right, well, we're done with that. Well, that's a little more variety at least. Okay, so we're getting our Mario level here, which is capable of doing that, which is oddly satisfying. Something that's weird. Kind of wonder why they didn't use the same color. So all of these other top tabs, it's like we have orange, we have red, we got blue. The green one, there's two different color greens. There's a light green and a dark green. Kind of seems like that's the sort of thing that should have been the same. Alright. You know, I feel like this set right now is giving me a taste of what it's going to be like to build Iron Man. The artwork sets that are coming out.
I'm saying you can just let me do it.
You are always allowed to build whichever sets you want.
Just saying, you're not gonna like it anyway. Just leave it.
Yes, the bag numbers imply. Yes, exactly. So there were reasons why it felt like doing the Nintendo was right, but I feel like they should have switched those. All right. Actually, this is now a little quicker and a little more fun. And I can't tell you why that is, but it just feels that way. So, great news. Yeah, literally one at a time here. Come on, get on there. Oh, bye, Aunt Judy. And Taryn. See, that's the problem. We're doing this boring stuff now. Losing my viewership. But as you can see, we're literally building a level, so it's pretty cool. This is going to look really neat when it's done. And what's more, like, I would never do this, but you could easily adapt this set and come up with more side-scrolling pixel art for levels from all sorts of different games. Like if you wanted to do a Legend of Zelda wouldn't really work because that's more top-down. Zelda 2 could kind of work. The Adventures of Link. But even that I don't think would necessarily be right. But doing something like Castlevania, that one could work. Or there's all sorts of Contra, lots of side-scrolling games that this could be used for. I've seen Lego use a plan view to confirm things like alignment. I've never seen instructions for a set of steps like this. Have you? No. No. This is the first time I've ever seen steps like this. I imagine this is going to be similar to the artwork sets that they're coming out with. Um, we we have a Iron Man downstairs. We haven't built that one yet. But I kind of have a feeling that the instructions will be similar to this, um, since when you're working like this, there's really not a whole lot of value of having a 3D um, bird's eye view or anything. The standard Lego isometric view, whatever you would want to call it. Yeah, no. So I've never seen this as just straight instructions. Obviously Technic sets and things like that, they show you this every once in a while to show you the way to make sure you have gears aligned or something. But no, never. It's just steps. But makes sense for this. Cordy, you were saying something about, I can't remember what you called them, enhanced instructions or something to that effect. You said that the Disney train had it. I still haven't looked in my Disney train set, but when I was messing around with the Mario sets earlier today, the art sets are. Yeah. Yeah, I'm curious because it seems like the two methods sort of dovetail one another. But you were talking about, I think you called them enhanced instructions. Is that the one where you can look on your iPad and rotate things around in 3D? Because that's how the Mario sets work. You actually there are no instructions for the Mario sets, aside from doing it through the app, and the app tells you how to build certain things, which kind of annoys me. I like it when I can just get straight instructions. Oh, Steamboat Willie. That's what it was. I knew it was a Disney set. Yeah, okay. Yeah, I like them from a technical implementation, but from a joy of building, I still prefer regular old instructions. Personally. Oh, instructions plus. Yeah. Yeah, I feel like if they're going to do Instructions Plus, that's great. I'm all for it. But I would also like to be able to simply download a PDF of the instructions like this and do it the old-fashioned way if I would prefer that way. Because so far the ones that I've done, like the Mario set, it's a application that you have to run that kind of has a whole story mode and stuff built around it. So my crushed modular books. Yeah, definitely. If you have a crushed box, you gotta. Oh wow. Okay. Oh, interesting. Oh. Okay. wondering what we were going to be doing with all these extra pieces here. So now that we have the, I mean, this is half of it. So we have half of a level here. Now we're going to put a few things on it here. So we've got little mushrooms that'll come out of blocks. Well, that mushroom looks an awful lot like a piece of pizza, but when you're at this resolution, I suppose you gotta do the best you can do. I will absolutely hold this up in a minute and let you see all the detail work. So what's the deal with the crushed box? Are they going to send you out another one? I would assume. And if you have any trouble, you know, be sure to let them know that you know the Casey Heaney from CaseyBuilds. I'm sure that'll get you places. I'd like to think. Yeah. I have been... Oh, yeah. Chris Bailey showed me, he sent me a picture of his NES box that he got, and it was unacceptable. My heart weeps for him. Mecha Dragon told me that his Nintendo box didn't come in great shape either, but he was planning to simply get rid of the box after he built it anyway, so it didn't matter, and that hurt me for an entirely different set of reasons. Okay, that is the end of that bag. But I need to show you guys all of these little, well, those are some extra ones, but I need to hold this up for you so you can see the amazingness here. So here's the level, and you can see there's a little Goomba down here. We've got a turtle. This is the ridiculous mushroom that doesn't really look like a mushroom. But all of this stuff, it has a really cool look to it. So all of this tedium is absolutely worth it. I wonder if I can do that. I don't know. Boost it up a little. This is bag 19 that we're up to. Bag 19. There are 21 bags in this set. Although, as we found out, bags 14 and 15 didn't necessarily need to be two different bags. Seemed a little chintzy that they were calling those two different bags. Not that it even makes a difference, but artificially inflating the bag number. But yeah, asking for the how many bags of pieces there are kind of like asking how many slices of pizza there are. Kind of doesn't matter how many slices there are, it matters how big the slices are. Okay. Well, I'm not confident that me doubling that up like that is the best thing to do. We're not going to do that. I'll make sure these are secure. It is neat the way they do this. Woo! If you can tell with the instructions, they actually they're going column by column, and the part that they want you to focus on, they have lit up the most vibrant, and then they dim out the rest of it. The opposite dim. They white out the rest of it. So it makes it easy to kind of keep track of where you're supposed to be. So it works. This method works. Yeah, Chris, there were some parts of the build yesterday that I don't know if you were around when I was doing them, and I specifically called out yesterday at a couple points that I wasn't sure if you were there or not, but if you weren't, I wasn't going to talk about the things that you missed too much, because if you missed it, you are in for one major treat, many major treats when you build this set of yours. There were some really clever things in the build yesterday for the Nintendo that honestly shocked me with how cool they were. So anyway, you may or may not have seen them, and if you haven't, I won't be bringing them up again so that you can be surprised and delighted when you build yours. Okay. I feel like this is actually, I mean, it's kind of slow going, but it's not too bad. As I had mentioned to Cordy at one point earlier, he and I have different thoughts on some of the more repetitive parts of building these things. To me, tedious is not something I enjoy, and he doesn't think that tedious is all that bad of a word. But what we were discussing earlier was the joy of the nostalgia for this is completely winning out over the tedium. So seeing this come along, it's great. The one thing that still doesn't make any sense to me is with the completed Nintendo, there are two pieces with studs on top, and the rest of them are all completely hidden, and I don't know why just those two pieces have studs on top. That seems like, I'm sure there was a reason for it, but I disagree with whatever their thinking was. I'm sure there was a reason, but I personally believe whatever it was a bad one. Okay. We are getting kind of close to being done with this. 3/4 of the way, I'd say. One, two, three, four. I'm looking forward to picking this thing up again once it's all done. I can tell right now, just picking up the side of it, that it's actually rather heavy, which is weird given how thin it is. But clearly a 100% pixel density here, so there's no empty space. There's no gaps. It is full thick piece. Thick brick. What is that? That's that guy. Odd. Alright. We can do that though. Ah. Scutley, nice to see you on the stream. I do my best to coordinate the shirts as much as possible. This is how the minions felt when first looking at the progress of the ceiling. Yeah. Quite possibly. Okay, just do a few more pieces of flavor on here. Alright, we need a couple of Goombas up top. Goomba. And we need question mark brick. Very dangerously located place with a gap right there. You know, it's actually almost kind of fun just building this, regardless of the rest of what it's going to go into. And, come to think of it, you could easily have, without taking this apart, you could make a base template, the back side of this, and easily, like I was talking about earlier, create different levels from different games. And then I'm guessing this will be something that just drops down into the TV there, into this area, and so you could theoretically quickly swap these out for other things too, which is kind of neat. Okay, more printed on stuff, no stickers, which is fantastic. It looks like it goes that way. No, it goes this way. There we go, we got a warp pipe. Alright, back to a isometric view for you there, Cordy. But there we go, we have a full Mario level with We got a warp pipe over here, and because of the way it's going to twist, it actually kind of has more of a 3D-ness to it than you would expect. You can see that these overhang a little bit, but that is pretty wild. Okay, I think we are done with that. Put these extra pieces back in here. Thank you.
Mm-hmm.
Oh yeah, that's all TV bits. Alright, so I think we're done with the most monotonous part here. Let's... Alright, so this needs to wrap around on that. There we go. Okay, this is going to be hard for me to really show you, but the level just goes. All right. Very awesome. Alright, how does that fit in there? It's gonna go through. Huh, alright. I have to. There we go. Oh. Oh man. Okay, well, here's how it's gonna look. Oops. Watch the level fly by. How awesome is that? Okay. Alright, all these things are supposed to line up. That does. Yeah. Alright. Bag 20. We get to do the face of the TV. This is cool. This is hard to imagine that this is being accomplished with Lego right now. Like this is, I know I said it yesterday, I've already said it today, but this is the coolest non-Technic set I've ever built. This is probably, excluding Technic, the best Lego set you could buy right now, as far as I'm concerned. All right, not sure what we're going. Oh, this is the top of the TV, and this little fella is going to be up top. which isn't going to really mean anything to anybody at this point. But I'm going to put it up there, and I'll tell you more about that later. That's a little teaser for you. There's something special going on with that, and I will explain it at a more appropriate time in the future. Not too distant future. Man, I feel like I'm actually like have to catch my breath right now. This has been so awesome. Legos outdone themselves. Okay, this goes across the top somehow. Goes right there. Ooh, that is dense Lego. Okay. Got some supports to keep that in place. And what are all those? Oh. Yeah, alright, so we're going to use these guys, which, if you were paying attention yesterday, pointed out when you're using these sorts of pieces instead of ones that are just studs all the way across, just repeat myself from yesterday, those are usually used to make it so that something is easy to remove. So presumably we're going to build a top for this TV unit, and it will use that to attach itself. But like on the top of this NES here, and this isn't a spoiler to you, Chris, if you missed it yesterday, it was using these here too, and it's so that you can easily take things off. You can see right across the top, same kind of a thing. Having a few studs will hold it into place while making it so that you can easily remove it and see the inside. So I'm guessing that's what that's going to be for, or why those are like that. It's one of their common methods they use to make it easy to see on the inside of things that should theoretically be solid, but they know that realistically you're going to want to see the inside of it. So as I mentioned at the beginning of the stream now, just in case any of you guys weren't around, this TV here, for this set, one of the things that they mention in the instructions is that the TV set is designed to match the TV set that is in the original Nintendo instructions. So the dimensions are a little off on the TV. It's not perfectly spot on like they are with the Nintendo itself. But that is why this looks the way it does. It was actually modeled after the TV from the instructions for the original Nintendo, which I think is pretty cool and makes me like it just a little bit more. Wood paneling and all. Yeah, this is a different kind of impressive. The gearing and the engine work on the inside of those cars is really something. This is completely creative, completely innovative, and not like anything else. Like the cars, you could argue they're just the awesomeness of that is that they were able to replicate existing engineering systems with Lego, whereas this is a completely new thing. I think it might be in the one with the tape, actually. So you probably want to pull this over like that. Lex is hunting for the controller. Oh! Look at that! It's right there. Oh, the part with the rubber band is gone. That used to push in. But there you go. This was more. Oh, and up here, I wanted it to be or when my brother and I were making this, yeah, here's the infrared blaster for it. This is clearly supposed to be a Super Nintendo controller since it has 4 buttons over here and not just the 2. Yeah. Yeah. There you go. Thank you. Mm-hmm. There you go. More memories and nostalgia today. Special episode of Casey Builds. I haven't opened that box in probably 30 years.
You're old.
Point is that I remembered that it was probably in that box and where it was. Played with.
That's good. At least when we're old, one of us will remember shit.
I spent a lot of time with my Legos. Yeah, quality control. He had some sets and I had some sets, but as we got into our adulthood, he went ahead and let me take all of the Legos, mine and his included, to keep them all together. So all of these old sets over here, it's actually more than just my own, it's his as well.
I'd ask if you took all the books, but you didn't have any.
Correct. Yeah. Most of the space sets and the modeling sets, most of those were mine. Most of the castle-y sets and aquatic themed ones, those were mostly his. Pretty sure all the Technic sets were probably all mine. But we were good at sharing, though. Huh. How's that? How's that supposed to go? I guess like that. Okay, the face of this TV is starting to look cool. That sure feels like it should be over 1. Okay, I'm going back a few steps to make sure. Yeah, I did that wrong. Okay. That just needs to be flipped around. Off by 1 error once again. Okay. Oh, and we're building 2 of these. And this time, you'll note that the instructions right here, right here, it says 2x in the white box, but it does not duplicate the recipe. So this set has done both things. This set has had the recipe duplicated, and now it doesn't. Am I streaming in 4K? No. Certainly not. I don't think so. It is 60 frames a second. But no, I don't think this is 4K. I think we're stream health. Yeah. I can't tell, but I don't think so. I think we're 1080p. Moreover, if this was 4K, I don't think the camera quality that I'm picking up is 4K camera quality. So it might be a 4K stream, but you're not going to have a... It's not going to be a good resolution 4K stream. It'd be a waste of 4K. Okay. Alright, now we're just building some fun pieces of trim here. There we are. Okay. Trim for our television. Oh, instructions would be readable at 4K. I see the point. Yeah. That is a good point. I'll have to check to see if it is or not. Yeah, actually, is 4K an option right now? Can you click the little cog and choose that you want to get it in 4K? Because if it's not there, then it's not 4K, and if it is, then it is. I'm not intentionally downsampling anything. It's just using basically whatever the defaults are for this stuff. Really is starting to have the look of the front face of an old TV, including right there. We're gonna have a channel selector, and on the on my index finger side, looks like either power indicator lights or could be an infrared receiver. Who knows? Oh, okay, here we go. This is fun stuff. We have one of those, two of those, one of those, one of those. All right. Yeah, Cordy, here's another top-down view that you were asking about. And you know what? I was just thinking about that. Since you asked, the new large art sets are just out, but I know that Lego has had some smaller, like this size art sets that they've been coming out with recently in the past year or two. Little art, tiny little, almost like a 5x7. Oh, Apple TV. Yeah, okay. I'll have to look at the settings to see what it does. But anyway, yeah, Lego has had some other artwork out recently that is much smaller scale, and that would have been around longer than either this or the new artwork sets. So I bet you that's the thing that this is all being modeled off after. And the front of this thing's pretty fun. I will definitely be holding this up in a minute just so you guys can all see what's going on here. They did a great job. Every bit of this set, they've done a great job on. This TV, it really feels like an old console TV cabinet. Okay. This side, we got 2 of those. Yeah, Logitech branding is pretty cute. Alright, we're done with that tray. We are on the final tray. So, we're not quite done with the front of this thing yet, but you can see, like Cordy said, it says low tech down, low tech at the bottom of that is the brand, and I think we're about to build some knobs here, so that'll be fun. Looks like I turned it over too soon. Still working on the back. Oh, okay. There's some gearing for this as well. That's fun. Who knows what this is going to be for? Oh, that's what that is. Okay. Well, it's not going to work yet because something needs to be on the front of it too. But check this out. So there's a little blue piece underneath this gear that you can kind of see there, which stops it from going too far. And if you go this way, it'll stop too. That, I believe, is going to be the channel dial. And because of the way they did this here, when you turn the channel, it actually flicks that little green bit, and there's enough resistance, but you can actually hear it. So this thing is going to have a channel selector. Oh, how fun! And there it is. There's the little channel dial. Oh my god. Okay. See here. Yeah. There you go. You can rotate the channel knob. Wow. Yeah, and it keeps you from going too far in either direction. That's as far as it'll go one way, and that's as far as it goes the other way. How cool is that? Jeez. Jeez. Okay. We've got the UHF, VHF switch right there, on and off button, and then we have knobs to control brightness, contrast, and volume. Those ones don't have neat clicker bits behind them. No, this has the UHF VHF switch, so you get the fun channels too, not just the low ones. Okay, well that's mostly done. Did that tell me to put it on? It did not. Okay, but that's gonna go right there. Oh, this is so fun. This is the best. Okay. Now this guy right here, I know what this guy is. I think I mentioned it earlier. There's a clear rod here that Mario will be attached to. And so he will be jumping through the level. There. So Mario is designed to be able to go jump, 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 jump. I know I mentioned this last week on the build for the for Slave 1, but anytime Lego uses one of these clear pieces, you're supposed to just sort of pretend they aren't there. They only use the clear pieces to pretend like something's flying or floating or whatever. They're meant to. You're supposed to just sort of pretend they don't exist. So,
Unless it's
true. Sometimes there's glass, but very, very rarely do they use it that way. So what this is going to do now is it's going to make it so that as you go through the level, Mario will actually move over these things. Oh, he died. Do that again. So as Mario goes through the level now, how great is that? That's where he falls off every time. You know, I bet you when we put something on top of this, it'll actually hold that in place a little bit better. So. Oh. Oh. Times have changed a little bit, I think, since when you had to choose between UHF and VHF. Man, I feel like I could just play with this. I could just spin this set around and watch it go. Oh. I'm feeling joy right now. Okay, put the front on this. There we go. Come on, you can get in there. There we go. Yeah, that's definitely gonna hold Mario a little bit better. Wow, what a cool. Wow, it's a TV. We have a Lego TV. Okay, let's keep going. Hour 45. Yeah, I need to. I've been enjoying myself a little bit too much. What in the world? What? So this set looks, or this step. If you look at step 243 right there. I've never seen that. Oh, let me blow that up for you. It looks like it's telling you to make extra sure that all of these are aligned correctly, which any self-respecting Lego builder would do anyway, obviously. But they, yeah, never seen that kind of a drawing in the instructions before. They really did a lot of unique things for this set. Can't say I'm entirely sure what we're doing with this here, but I'm sure it'll make sense in the next step or two. Uh-oh. Oh, it flew away from me. Okay. 40. Yep, 40. 4 by 10. Just when you thought the tedious steps were done. Okay. That's definitely flat. There. Okay. Let's take these guys. See what we're working on here. Honestly can't say I don't know. I don't know what this is supposed to be over here. Okay, we got some blue stripes. Still don't know what those are. Flip that over. Oh, maybe this is the speaker. Yep, that's what that is. It's the fabric speaker cover for that side of the thing. Oh, all right. That's neat. If I could get it to fit in there. There. Uh-oh. Broke my jack back here. There we go. Yeah, fabric speaker grill. Cool. Okay, more brown bits on top. Right there and right there. Okay. Finish off the top of the set. It's nice. This is actually the box was very dense, but a little it lacked the rigidity that it should have had. And putting this all on the top now is making it nice and sturdy. Oh, well, there you have it, Taco Cub. Thank you for sharing that. And that's disappointing. Oh, good. Okay. Well, this tells me to turn the box upside down, so apparently that's not going to break it. Good to know. Piece there. Piece there. Well, we've got ourselves a TV that looks great, and you can actually see it does work a lot better now. Mario flies right through the level. Taking out Goombas and picking up mushrooms. That's great. Now we need to build a stand for our TV, and I think that's the end of the build. Except for, I told you earlier there was something that I was going to save for later. It was going to be a little surprise and delight. I actually don't know how it's going to work, or just stick with me here. We're going to finish this standoff, and I'm going to show you something that hopefully is very cool. But given how amazing the rest of this set has been, I would imagine this other part that I'm about to show you is going to be really neat too. Okay. Yeah, that's feeling good. There we go. Just about done here. It is not a perfectly real level, but it is actually, a lot of that is very close to the very first level of the game, World 1-1. It is not a perfect recreation of it, and they took some artistic license to have what would be a good amount of density, and to have the level loop in an interesting way. But many of the elements are very close to the actual level, so it's close. It's not perfect, but I think the reasons why I think it's not perfect for very specific reasons, to make the build work, but otherwise it's very close. So, as has been the theme of this whole level, they did, or this whole build, they did an amazing job with that too. Okay, just a few pieces to go, and we're gonna be done with the base of this thing. Yep. Got ahead of myself here. I assumed I knew where these were going to go, and I started putting them down without actually looking at the next step. Luckily, I was correct. Okay. All right. Well, that's done. I know this came out in the mid-'80s, but I think this TV set looks like it's straight out of the 70s to me. Okay, that's the end, but wait, there's more. So let's put our TV on the TV stand here. There we go. I like that it sits on the stand too, and we do have the antenna if we need the antenna, but obviously we don't because we're playing our Nintendo. One thing that this set does is if you have one of the other Mario sets that I mentioned, you can put Mario up on the top here. And you'll note I have Mario here, who looks terrifying when the power is off. But if you turn the power on, so he makes noises, he does things. If you shake him, he jumps. So his eyes move. So he's a little dude. And if you put him right here, I don't know if you can hear that. I'm gonna move my mic up. So we're gonna do that again. So it plays music from the game as you're going through. As if they needed to make one more way that this was cooler. I'm not sure. Is that sound coming through? Okay. So Mario. Yeah, and playing with this Mario set earlier, it's definitely a very cool platform that I think children would really enjoy. Well, there you go. That's it. This set is complete. We have our Nintendo. We have our controller, which we can plug in. Does he pick up on the colors of the squares as they go by? Oh, maybe. Maybe he does. Oh, he does. That's exactly what's happening. Oh. Okay, that's what's happening. Are you able to hear the music right now from Mario? Or do I need to hold it up a little bit differently? Was the music coming through? I'm going to actually wait 10 seconds to let one of you guys answer me about that, if you can actually hear the Mario music right now. Well, not right now, but when it was making music. Is that... Can you hear it? Yes. Oh, Jacob. Hey there. All right. Move the TV. Yes. So, here's how it works. So, Mario has a little. Oh, I'm holding it up for the microphone. Has a sensor on the bottom, and the things that we saw earlier, as the TV scrolls through, there are these different color squares that come across on top, and those different color squares correspond with certain things in the level. So, let's start the level here. Ah! So as we go through the level, there's a mushroom. He kicks a turtle shell, jumps on a Goomba, collects a coin, jumps on a Goomba. So all of the sounds that are supposed to go along with these things. Gets a star. Actually, I don't know if you can see it on the front, but the front of Mario actually shows different things that are going on too in the middle of his chest. So you can see. Ooh. So he just got a coin. Hit a Goomba. He got another coin. You can actually see this is amazing. Yeah, putting him on the TV sticker tells him to interpret the other colors. Exactly. Yeah. So this sticker up top is what kicks him into gear. Yeah, and when you tell it when you're done with him, you turn the power off. See you later. He goes to sleep. That's that. This amazing. Absolutely amazing. We already plugged our controller in. We'll put our cartridge away. If I can do it at this angle. Click it down into place. Chris Bailey, if you're still watching, look away, because I'm going to show one of the most awesome parts of this build right now. That's going to be a surprise to you if you didn't see it earlier. So you've been warned. Look away. This isn't it, but you can see the inside of. You can see the inside where all of the bits are that actually hold the cartridge in place, which are honestly very impressive. But quite possibly the coolest part of this entire build, the most exciting part, was over here on the side. You have world level 1-2. And this is exactly the end of level 1-2. They killed it. Think about how much design planning and logistics it takes to launch all of this at once. Yeah. Thank you, Lego. This was an incredible experience. This set is going to be living in our house somewhere for quite a while. This was awesome. Thank you all for joining me for this one. This one was special and fun, and I had a great time. And so thank you all for being here for it. Enjoy the rest of your Sundays. Maybe go play some video games or something. And I'll see you guys all here next weekend. This one's been great. Thanks. See you guys.